First thing we'll get you to do, simply click on the pencil tool, click once on layer 1. That'll give you a bar. Now you can double click on that and that'll open up into the drum panel. We'll just close that for a second. Or you can select the bar once you have a lot of them and then click edit and that will open it. Or the shortcut is going to be Control or Command on the Mac E, and that'll get you in and out once a bar is highlighted. Okay, so we're going to go in there for a second and let's explore this. For those that are brand new to this, we have 32 spots at a 140 BPM. And if we turn this on right here, it's our metronome. I'm just going to press the space bar, which is a shortcut to play and stop. That's going to be our tempo. So we can sort of nod our head to it and sort of and sort of pre-plan the beat in your head if you want, or just nod to it and then double click on the tempo to slow it or slow it down or speed it up by simply typing in a new value. We're going to leave it at 140 and we're going to leave all of this as is for a second and just lay our first little beat so you guys sort of understand how grids and pattern creating works. Click on your pencil. This row of sounds represents this row of sounds, and the numbers 1, 2, 3, 4 all match up with these. We put them here as a reminder so that when you're building you can quickly go, oh yeah, there's number 5, that's my hi-hat, and then lay it in. This here, these 4 editable knobs represent volume, pitch, filter pass, and legato, and we'll illustrate them as we go through. So first thing I'm going to do is just click on 1 here and then halfway through on 3, and that's going to give us a kick, snare. And then in between that, or just near the end of it here, we're going to add a secondary kick. And we're going to turn that one down. That represents number 2. We'll turn the volume down. And then we'll also turn the pitch down a little bit. And then we'll also get rid of some of the bass. If we drag this to the right, we get rid of all the bass. If we drag it to the left, we get rid of all the highs. And it muffles it a little bit, which we'll do later on too. It's a cool effect. So we'll just turn it up a little bit, get rid of some more of the volume, and I'm going to use spacebar instead of some of these buttons, and I'll use mostly shortcuts, and I'll try to announce them so you guys can get familiar with speedlining your pattern building and production process by using shortcuts. So here we go. You'll just notice things highlight. Okay, so we have 3 simple sounds. We're going to add another one of these sub kicks over here to sort of introduce the next bar as it comes in. We'll add just a couple hi-hats, light cymbals. Okay, I don't like that. We'll just get rid of this guy. And then we're going to close this. When it's not highlighted, just simply highlight, hold down Shift on your keyboard, and click, hold, and drag this over. You'll notice you made a bar, or a copy of the bar. You can double click on that now and edit this, and it'll edit this bar, and this one will remain as is. The only thing that I'll mention is these guys, the knobs on all the actual sounds, they will be reflected on all the bars. They're simply there when you open every bar, but you can't have individual settings of these knobs and whatnot on every single bar. So once you change them there, it'll reflect on the whole layer. All right, and then I can draw a box around both of these, hold down Shift again, and copy them again. So I didn't change anything in there. I'm going to go ahead now and just kind of make a few changes. I'll add one there. Move things around a little bit just to sort of give it some differentiation so your bars don't sound the same. Maybe here I'll lighten it up. And then on this last guy, we'll do some triplets. And add a subkick there. Okay, so now we should have nice 4 bars looping. Here's a little loop offset. If it loops too late or too early, you can just drag this back or forward. And then after the first time it loops, the next time after that will be what it really represents. And you guys can finally fix your loop so it's perfect if it's too late or too early. Every kind of machine has a little bit of a different reaction to the way the end of the bar calculates here before it loops. So this should be the best fix for everybody. Let's check this out. Okay, kind of a cheesy beat really, but it's okay. We're just doing this for demonstration purposes. We're going to grab the pencil tool, go to channel number 2 now, and double click that. Here you'll notice we've pre-selected dub rasta cuts. And what these are is amazing chopped, screwed, cut rasta vocals. I worked really hard on them actually. Hope you guys enjoy them. We'll choose ones that aren't so mashed up. I want to introduce the legato here so you guys understand what that is.
Boy! Badman says.
There, this one's perfect. So we'll slow this down a little bit.
Badman says.
And we'll do triplets of this now with legato on. And what this will do is sort of chop the sample and prevent it from overlapping over itself. Pardon me while I do this. It might sound muddy, but just let me get through.
Badman says. Badman says.
All right, so now it'll chop, and hopefully it'll go badman, 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 bad, and flow into a nice loop like that. Let's see what happens. Okay, so not even enough room for the badman, but you get the idea. So now we can copy that over. Maybe delete these last two so that it can actually play out, and then it'll go badman says.
Boy!
Let's try that. Badman says. Bop. All right, not bad. We can probably just copy those two over and then do it again on one of the other samples just to repeat what I just did.
Come again, Dan.
Actually, that's good. We can even maybe speed it up a little bit, make it sound funny.
Come again, Dan.
That's on 6. We'll put the legato on there and just drag a box around all these guys and move them up to 6. Do the same thing over here. Let's see what happens. A little funny. Let's take this and reverse it. Just slow it down.
Come again.
And then maybe here we'll just use the boy long one.
Boy!
All right. Okay, then down here I'll start introducing you guys to the lower part of this. 1 through 16 represents 1 through 16. So right now we have bars on layers 1 and 2. That'll be 1 and 2. This is your volume, and this is another filter pass. So now we can get rid of all the bass for the whole channel of the beat or the whole channel of the dub rasta vocals or the volume. I'm going to turn down the volume of the dub rasta vocals. Actually, I'll do it live. These are live changes. I'll press play and I'll start mixing a little bit so you guys get the final result, which should be a proper mix down. Okay, so we'll move on to number 3. Actually, what I'll do here is just show you guys a quick trick. You can pre-select these 4 bars, hold down Shift now, and do that, and bring all of them down. But what you'll have to do here is go through and on 7, turn the legato on, and on 6, turn the legato on. And these are wicked sirens that have also been chopped and screwed and whatnot. So let's just see what happens here, totally freestyling it. Interesting. Okay, we'll keep moving here. I'm going to show you guys some of the
Well, that's cool.
Right, so they're cool little strings, and some of them are me actually doing them, the vocals and whatnot, where you can string stuff together and they last 2 bars, 1 bar, a quarter bar, or you can legato them and get really creative with them. All right, so that's 2 bars long, and then we'll put another bar here. I'm gonna just copy that over and then open it and move this guy down 1.
Well, that's cool.
Let's see what happens.
Well, that's cool.
Probably getting a little muddy now because I'm using so much. So now that we have 4 bars, 4 layers, all drums, we're not going to go into the keyboards yet. I'm going to just mix that down a little bit too. What we'll do is go to your bar count, double click on it, and put in, let's say 32, and press enter. That'll open up the canvas. You can drag your loop node right out. Now you can pre-select all these guys. Here's what I usually like to do once I have a couple bars that I think will sound cool in various combinations. Move them out about halfway, and then you can start sort of building out your track how you might want it if you were to start it with an intro, for a couple bars, and then actually dropping in the beat and whatnot. So let's say I'll start with this funky. And then up here, maybe one thing we can do is sort of build a little. One thing I didn't point out is being able to draw more than one bar. So if you're comfortable with the grids, you can click, hold, and drag. You can actually make really long bars, but you'll never be able to go in there and edit them because we don't have scroll or zoom in there yet. But we'll say 2 bars, and you'll see there's twice as much space. So if you're comfortable with the grids, you can work with 2 bars or 4 bars even. And then here we'll just go. Whoops, I'll fix that. So what we kind of want is an effect where it starts getting faster and faster, and then it drops. So we can copy those last 4, and then we can go in here, copy these guys, and that should do it. And that would bring in, let's say, the beat and the Rasta stuff. Okay, it's still naked and sounds weird, but we'll add a crash there. This is sort of what you would do to start building out your track. I'm going to copy that over just because it did sound good with the beat over it. And then once we get to these 4, we'll copy that again. And what I'll do now with you guys is go to Save As. It'll ensure that, it'll remind you to ensure to add a .dub project suffix after your file name. This will be the same on Mac and PC. So we'll just call this Dubstep 140. I'm saving it to my demo tracks. Saved it, great. And now I'm going to go one step further and export. Before you guys export, always save. We're sort of making this app do things it probably shouldn't, but we're cutting edge and pushing boundaries, and sometimes you guys will run out of cache. We'll have to restart DrumPanel, or we'll encounter other small little bugs that we either can't replicate yet, or they just pop up randomly we haven't been able to fix, and that's another reason why we've delayed the launch by as much as we have. So if you guys do find bugs, please send them in, and we'll do our best to release a patch as soon as possible, as the patches are kind of easier now for us to release. Okay, so we'll go to export. It'll tell you to add a .wave extension once this goes through the process of exporting it. And one thing we do here is you mix down here and you have a main volume here, but we still normalize on export so that you can get the most out of your track. And by doing so, if these aren't mixed down properly, sometimes you might redline, and you'll know you're redlining because when you play the track back, you'll hear clipping. So there, it just kind of went through all the bars and exported it, and now it's asking me to save it as something.wave, also in my demo tracks folder. You guys can just create a folder anywhere on your machines. We'll call this the same, Dubstep 140A, save. And now I'm going to actually go to my folders here, which is on another screen you guys aren't seeing, but I'm going to pull that up. Okay, so here we are, Dubstep 140A. I'm just going to go to play.
Well, that's cool.
So now we can quickly jog through the layers by jogging through here on a drum layer when you're on drums, and then if you're on a keyboard layer, you would use this jogger here to go through the different pianos and different samples and stuff that we have assigned to the keys. So let's illustrate. We're going to go one at a time just by going to the right. I'm going to just move this over here so you can hear the beat right away. And then we'll go down to number 4, the cool wub wubs, and we'll change that up to the next guy as well, just to see how quickly you can get different flavors. I'll go one more, and then up in the Rasta section, I'll do it as well. And we'll probably have a whole different flavor. Actually, let's go to the drums and do it there too.